Hello and welcome to our second episode of Deck Tech, our new series on Clan Seraphim. I'm Leonard, and this time around we'll be dealing with black-red vampires. So, to me, and if you're really into attacking with your creatures, this is certainly a deck to consider. And let me just give you a basic rundown what we'll be doing here with the series. It's just I will be quickly introducing the deck to you, the main cards, the main mechanics. Then we'll quickly hop into a two-man match against hopefully a strong deck that is representative of the meter. And afterwards I'll quickly we'll quickly talk about some card alternatives that you could be using in your deck, what the good and what the bad matchups are, problems of the deck, weaknesses, strengths. So just to give you a conclusion to what the deck is about and how well it performs. Alright, so let's quickly start. This is a very creature heavy deck. If you're into attacking often and a lot, this is definitely something for you. Please don't freak out. Let me just quickly sort by creature type just to get a better idea and what we'll be playing here. So the main core of Vampire's deck is basically the same nowadays. It's Pulse Tracker, Cholesterol Highborn, Bloodguest, Gatekeeper, very important. If you kick him, your opponent has to sacrifice a creature. Can come in very handy. It's just another built-in removal. And Viscera Seer. The backbone of the deck are certainly both creatures here. Bloodguest, the Black Vengevine that you can buy back for just playing a land or fetching a fetch land. We'll be running 5 fetch lands overall as well, so you can even buy him back during your opponent's turn, which is sweet if he doesn't have haste yet. So Bloodguest is certainly a pillar, but it's not required to winning. But Cholesterol Highborn certainly maybe the bit more important creature. Whenever you sacrifice a creature, for example with Viscera Seer, sacrifice a vampire with Viscera Seer, or if anything gets removed by your opponent, Highborn will trigger, and yeah, your opponent will lose 2 life and you gain 2 life if you are able to pay with 1 black mana. So yeah, I mean that's the core of the deck, and that's pretty much the same for all Vampires decks nowadays. Comes basically down whether you're running artifact removal mainboard or not, and what kind of creature removal you're running. In terms of artifact removal, we'll be running 3 Manic Vandals mainboard, simply due to Carbate and any other Stoneforge Mystic deck, and Spellskite as well, because Spellskite is a pretty good stopper to your attacking, though not as efficient against red deck wins. Yeah, so Manic Vandal, definitely the 3 main board, and a couple of lands, 23 overall, a couple of fetch lands. We will only running, we won't be running any mountains. We only have dual lands for red mana, and yeah, it's pretty much standard. We're running 3 Dismember. Can come handy against, Spellskite, any other big creature, and mostly you will be able to pay not in life but in black mana and the fraction mana cost. So that's no big deal either. And you really want as many removal or low cost removal spells for 1 as possible. Just to be able to not get countered, or just leave mana open for other stuff. Oops, go for the Throat as a 4-off, and Lightning Board, yeah, pretty standard. So that's basically, that's the deck, the main deck. And let's quickly switch to the sideboard here. Act of Aggression, good against Splinter Twin and against fetching any creature you want to have on your side. You can cast it at the end of your turn, just as I talked about in the last episode. It's the better Mark of Mutiny, definitely superior in any deck right now, I'd say. Arctrails against the Mirror and also against Red Deck Wins. Can be used against Carbate, but I would be very I would be very precarious, because you really want instant removal if he has his better draws, his Stoneforge Mystic draws and so on. But it's a good 2-for-1 in any other matchup, pretty much, creature heavy matchup. Crush against Carbate and Stoneforge Mystic decks, pretty self-explanatory. You always want to side them in. Dark Tutelage against Control, and especially against discard control, that is Dark Blade for instance, who are playing a few discard spells, Inquisition of Kozilek for instance. But overall I would I think I would side it in against Carblade as well, just to gain a bit more card advantage, because you'll be countered, and especially if they are mental misstepping you, which seems to be a trend right now. It's not the worst to side in. Screenwriter makes big creatures small, and can be a good blocker against Red Deck Wins if they're not playing Goblin Chieftain, but apart from that, pretty good guy. Silver Lifestaff, definitely against Red Deck Wins, just to gain you and net you some life. Works pretty well with Bloodghast in combination here. So you sacrifice Bloodghast, attach Lifestaff to Bloodghast, sacrifice Bloodghast for instance, or just get him killed, or kill him yourself, whatever. It's pretty sweet. It's deck is not expensive to brew. I would say Bloodghast and Cluster Hybron being the most expensive creature cards here. Apart from that, Dismember, you would definitely have to have those and go for the Throat. But apart from that, it's only the lands, the fetch lands probably. But it's it's not, it's quite inexpensive to make. It is Jaceless deck, and it does do pretty well right now. Let's just cut it short and go to our 2-man. See you there.